So, Giants are getting ready to move into the meta category of PvP, PvE, all of that. You might be asking why I'm saying this, or I sound stupid, no one believes me. Listen, these Giants are about to be cracked in the near future, and I can just tell. And I'm gonna just run through a few things that I noticed about the Giants, mainly since the Holy Relics, right? So, firstly, let's talk about Matrona. Her Holy Relic, right, is to give giant allies 25% base stats. Crazy. Like, when you really think about it, 25% base stats, that's pretty nice. And then, now, in terms of Matrona, red or blue Matrona are the only Matronas in the game, right? So which one would be better for the Relic? Blue Matrona. Because her Holy Relic is literally her passive, but it works in PvP. So, with Matrona's Holy Relic, in PvP you're getting 25% base stats for Giants, but in PvE, you're getting 50% base stats on Giants. That's already crazy to think about when you really want to go with numbers, right? And just an editor's note type shit, right? Don't worry about the level 80s, SA5. I never used these units in my life, and obviously there's good reasons. They suck. But I don't know. I might have to build these two specifically. And yes, I'm building Blue Matrona because I'm getting her Holy Relic. As I saw, I was close. I just need a few more rocks. And I'm going to get Matrona's Holy Relic. And then I'm going to upgrade her and stuff like that. I will probably upgrade Wedding DN too. And how does she contribute to my Giants are going to be meta theory? So her passive, increase giant allies damage dealt by 40%. Doesn't sound that impressive because she's not an impressive unit and her stats aren't that crazy. Like, bro, when you really think about it, they're about to be stupid, especially if this Wedding DN, I think it's just the normal Giant DN, he gets a Holy Relic. Bro, Giants are about to be stupid. So let's go in, right? I don't want her specifically. Let's talk about the other Giants real quick. So, like, this is going through all the Giants in the game, right? Scotty, she's a really good Giant, the only Giant that's actually good in, no, not the only one, but the only offset Giant that's good in PvP. She's very good in PvE too, good for deer. And her Holy Relic would be the, what is it, the buffs, I believe? I don't remember. Let me look. Increase all stats by 6% up to 3 times if there are no debuffs on the hero when using a skill. Which is low-key kinda nice. She's gonna be hitting stupid hard. Like, this is actually, like, she hits almost mil on, like, level 3 cards from what I've seen. Like, she's actually about to be hitting stupid. And with a 50%, or not, in PvP standards, a 25% buff to her stats, just by default, with Matrona's Holy Relic? Bro, Scotty about to be clapping people if you used her correctly. But if you go on Flexible Giant team, that's where Wedding DN comes in. Imagine Matrona's Holy Relic, buffing her by 25%. Her Holy Relic, giving her more attack. And then Wedding DN's passive, buffing her attack, Scotty, by another, or not attack, her damage dealt by 40%. Bro, what? She's about to be stupid. Like, the Giants are in, like, they're getting these buffs that they need to end up being able to be used in PvP and stuff like that. In terms of PvE, bro, 50%. All Giants are about to be monsters if you give Matrona this Holy Relic. Like, all Giants are about to be actually stupid. Probably good tanky, amount of health, attacks possibly, because, I mean, their substats aren't the best. But having a high raw base stat will help them a lot. Like, they'll probably be up there with Bond level stats in terms of base stats alone, not the crit chance and all that stuff. Like, I don't blame it. But let's just say any other Giant, right? With just the Matrona Relic by itself, 25% stats. We got Wedding DN. Her passive will make Giants stupid, obviously. I just went through that. Summer DN, not so much. She's like deathmatch only. You can use them. Hold on. All right, what was I? Right. Yeah, Summer DN, deathmatch. You can use them, I guess, but like they're different colors, so they won't even correlate in death matches unless you're doing extreme difficulty for whatever reason. But then we got the best giant in the game and the best PvP unit in the game. No, not anymore, since Asterosis' existence is a thing. But we got fucking Festival Queen Diane. Give her 25% stats with her taunt, nigga. She about to be tanking like stupid. And then flip it over to PvE. 50% to her base stats. Bro. You're lying to me if you think this isn't gonna be good. Like, she's about to be hitting stupid hard, tanking really well. Defense about to be crazy. Her HP is about to be high. Halloween Diane, she can probably contribute. She gives you a damage decrease. So for real, you can run. No, actually you can't because the enemy. No, you can run Halloween Diane with Scotty and Blue Matrona, and you should be fine. I wouldn't be mad at that. I would try that when I get her Holy Relic. And then like Ragnar Diane doesn't really work. She works with Ragnar units now because of her Holy Relic is like Ragnar specific, so she's out of the loop. This Diane, her Holy Relic isn't that good. It's like if she crits, she heals like 30% of diminished HP or something like that. Heals HP by 30% of max HP if a crit strike occurs. That's just, no. They flopped on her Holy Relic. It looks good. I love the way it looks, actually. Galaxy Glove's kind of fire. But her Holy Relic doesn't really help. She's not gonna crit none of the newer units. Her stats are outdated. The only one that's gonna crit is this Diane, and she doesn't have that Holy Relic, so that doesn't work. Red Matrona with that passive will work for Bird pretty well. 25% bait or 50% stats with her as a taunt unit for Bird or Deer or anything. No, not Deer. For Bird specifically, if you're struggling with it for some reason, Matrona will probably tank way better than Diane. Like 9 times out of 10. Blue Dro with the stat buffs, I mean, he'll also be tanking pretty well. His card probably does damage, maybe. Petrify though, so it's like the best multiplier. Then his passive, increase allies attack by 3% for every buff. That wouldn't be bad, but then again, you're not going to be having a lot of buffs on your giant team unless you're using his commandment, obviously. But that'll be crazy. That will also be a pretty good combination. Green Joel, same thing kinda. Increases or applies disable for 2 turns if you get max ult gauge. You know, Tarmiel's Holy Relic. His cards are pretty meh. AoE, disable debuff skills and buff skills, which is fine. What's the other one? Like a detonate? He might be able to do damage, possibly. Who actually knows? But then we got Red Diane. Nah, she's outdated, trash. She can probably crit if you get her passive going, but probably not. The Blue Diane could possibly kind of be stupid, because you remember back in the day, her AoE ultimate used to be like the best ult in the game because that multiplier was stupid. Like her ult actually still hits hard, but with all the defense related stats going crazy with the newer units, it's not that good anymore. But in PvE, she's melting most enemies. Probably not Demonic Beast. I'll have to test that out eventually when I get to building these units. Blue Diane, man, she probably can get something going with the Relic actually. Increases crit chance by the value of crit resistance. She might be actually good with the Holy Relic. I would not be surprised. Probably that Holy Relic was made for the blue small Diane, because she does crit a decent amount if you go building her off her passive and stuff like that. Alright, been a 10-minute interval since that cut. I forgot where I was located. Oh, yeah. Right. The Giants. I was on Red Diane. Increases pierce rate by 8% at the start of allies' turns. They take damage. Nah, Matrona isn't gonna help her. Because especially since she is an SR Diane, so that's not gonna do anything for anybody. Then last but not least, the OG Farm Diane. Increase allies' defense related stats by 10% for every debuff applied. I think that's what this is. Can't read it, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was. Mid. I mean, that'll be a fine combination with Scotty. Her defense related stats go up for every debuff applied. Like, I wouldn't be mad. That'd be actually kind of crazy when you think about it. But what am I getting at? Let's just show gameplay, right? I'm using level 80 not super awakened units I put on my gear that I have on my actual units. I gave her attack crit, which is like my DN set. She's attack defense. She's HP defense. That's my red Matrona set. And we got Bond in the back. No food, that's their normal stats. Obviously not gonna be high because they're level 80. Let's just run a quick PvE match, right? So like this is kind of like, because our passive works in PvE, right? So now this is basically what's gonna look like when you use Matrona's Holy Relic to get her passive to work in PvP. It's on auto, I didn't mean to do that. But like, this is level 80, right? The 60k, right, that's the damage you'll see from a level 90 SA6 unit in PvP that's on a level 3 that that are outdated. It's like Captain Meliodas, for example. He's an outdated unit. He came out recently, but he has outdated stats. His level 3 will hit for about 60k. Like if it crits. His level 3 Sever card, like that's about as much damage as his card will normally hit for on a level 3. And I get it. This is PvP. I mean, this is PvE. They don't have the same stats as your actual units. Let me just show you something. You're not wrong, right? But 8,000 defense, 16,000 attack, 153,000 HP. That's not very off of like a ungeared PvP match. Like, truth be told. And then like my stats, because 25% buff, right? 176 gonna be 35k, 2,000 defense, 5,000 attack. My Scotty Lee's looking pretty nice. Even Matrona's looking nice. Like, these are pretty decent stats. And this is from the 25% buff of her passive. So, if you were to get this passive to work in PvP, these would be their stats in PvP. 15,000, and this is level 80 SA0. This is just fully awakened, not even super awakened. My Scotty is super awakened on my team because I actually built her out, and she has 245,000 HP, 14,000 defense, 22, almost 23,000 defense or attack. Granted, this is all, the attack specifically is also coming from Bond because it's giving you the 10% stat buff, so it'll be probably a little lower if you don't use Ragnarok Bond. But like, these are pretty solid stats. Like, let's try to get a level 30 for these units, right? That's the wrong card. Anyways, like level 2. Like Scotty already hits hard regardless, but like she's not doing 281 without any debuffs. I get it. This is PvE, and they take a lot more damage than normal PvP units. Yeah, you're not wrong, but again, this is what could be for Giants later on in the future. I still have a level 3, unfortunate. Like, this is ult here, right? Her ult in PvP doesn't do that much, so this number is over-exaggerated. Yeah, 420,000. But that's still pretty high when you consider Scotty as a unit. Her ultimate is a healing ultimate. It shouldn't be hitting for 400,000. I mean, it doesn't Deer, because Deer gives you a 500% attack increase. Or some crackhead shit like that. But it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So, like, watch this. Let me just run that back. I'm taking Matrona off the team, so her passive won't be in effect. I'm just gonna throw some random SR unit there instead. So let's just remove her from the equation for the bottom of the list. Halloween Melly. Sure, he's not contributing or nothing. My stats went down for you, but it's fine. I'll just give you that I go through. Like, Halloween Meliodas, not contributing at all. Remember, her rank 2, no debuffs, hit for 281,000. Remember that. The HP drain card. Well, technically it is that debuff, because I think her passive applies after the card, or during the attack. I'm not entirely sure. But like, here, I'll wait for a level. You know what? Let's just do that, right? $60k. That makes sense. 104,000. That's not very acceptable. But like 73k. And now let me go to the next turn And then look at her stats. Like, she's taking a lot more damage. You can see, I mean, Sky's just built different. I gave her defense. It makes sense. And this is PvE. It makes sense, right? Let's look at the stats. Like, 156, 8k, 15k from Bond. 190, I'm missing roughly 70k or 60k HP from Matrona. 11,000, I'm missing like 8,000 defense, I feel, or something like that. I can't count because I don't know what 25% of this is. And like, I'm only getting 1,000 here. No one cares about him. But like, my stats are very much lower. I'm still waiting for that level 2, but apparently that's not coming. So I shall skip until I get one. Alright, we got to level 2, finally. It only took like 4 rotations. But yeah, with the Matrona, what it hit for, I think it was 240. So this should hit for like roughly 200, if that makes sense. If I had to guess. Let's just throw that out there. But this shouldn't hit that much. 185. That is actually a lot lower than I thought it would hit for. But that's without the 25% buff. Like, bro, Giants are about to come back. Well, not even come back. They never was in the meta to begin with. But imagine using Giants on a demonic beast. Because Matrona's existence lets you do that. You wouldn't be mad at them, would you? Like, let's just use the ult, right? The ult hit for like, what, 400k on 2 people? Now it's like 375. That makes sort of sense. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. To an extent. But like, yeah. The Giants are going to make a comeback. I can tell. Just to make this... Like, this video is going along a little too long. It ain't that deep. But, yeah. I'm buying Matrona's Holy Relic. I'm gonna max her out. I'm gonna do the blue one. I'm gonna level her up. And then I'm gonna probably level up Wedding Dan too. And use this team in PvP once I get her Holy Relic. I just gotta run Wolf a few more times to get some stones. So, yeah. That's gonna be it for the video. Like and subscribe. This is... I'm telling you. Quote me on this. Quote me on this. Give it like a month or 2. The Giants are going to make a comeback, or they're going to be introduced as the new PvP meta. I can just watch. We'll be back with a word from our sponsors, apparently. See y'all next video. Bye.